YouTube people. The internet. The good old internet. People cannot help themselves. They have to flaunt, peacock, showboat, show off, whatever you want to call it. They just cannot control themselves. And you would think people would learn because it continues to backfire in their faces. In this case, we have another cleaned card that people are bragging about. This came across my desk from two different places, Sports Card Radio and Auburn 35 on Twitter. Well, Sports Card News, which is Sports Card Radio. Of a man that cleaned a 49 Jackie, openly walks you through the entire process, took it from an SGC 1.5 to a PSA 3, according to him, and the SCR tweet, a 5K bump in price. How many times do we have to see people flaunting clean cards and they get deactivated by PSA until people learn their lesson? Let's talk. I'll play the video here in just a minute. First, I don't know what PSA is going to do with this card. It is still active. Last I looked, we'll see if the certification number ends up getting deactivated or not. This one will be a little bit trickier because I don't know. They don't have the card in hand anymore. With the Luca, with the cleaned auto, they actually still had that card. And this continues to be a problem and a thing, and it's never going to completely go away because they still can't catch it. I mean, this person openly bragged that this card was purely soaked. They got all these creases and marks out, and PSA obviously had no idea. And, you know, to a degree, we've talked about this a million times. There's nothing to detect in a lot of these cases. They're soaking this stuff in solutions that, you know, don't really have a ton of chemicals in them. So when they dry out, they don't really leave anything behind. If there's nothing there to see, what are they supposed to detect? How are you supposed to know? Unless people are stupid. And this gets me back on the whole rant / high horse about what are we really doing here. This is, and I know they're two separate things. I get reminded of it all the time, and I remind people of it all the time because people remind me about it all the time. But this is the struggle that comic books went through when cleaning and pressing were, at one point in time, looked down upon. And then everyone realized we can't catch this stuff. We don't believe it has a long-term impact on the books. We could monetize it by offering cleaning and pressing services ourselves, and it benefits us, as I'm speaking like I am a grading company, because it increases resubmissions. When people get something, crack it, you know, clean, press, whatever it, that recycles that card back in. That normally wouldn't happen. Keeps inventory turning over on the graded supply. And they ultimately decided we can't catch this stuff. Let's legalize it. Let's control it. Let's put rules in place on what you can and can't do. Let's draw some lines in the sand. And it's worked out pretty good. Pretty good. Cleaning and pressing is perfectly fine. Restoration and trimming, that sort of stuff, not allowed to do. But that's the root of all these problems, is this stuff in most cases cannot be caught. So it leads to this nonsense loop. I'm going to go ahead and play the video for you. Let's switch over to desktop audio.
Great pictures on this one. Okay, here it is. So this Jackie was a 1.5. Okay, now that's a print line. That's not fixable. Not fixable. See, it's got a print line right there, not fixable. Do you see that crease right there? There's a crease right there. I circle it somewhere. There's some pencil markings right there.
Is it right, Jack?
I think it says Jack or Jackie.
I bet it does.
Okay. Made some good notes on this. That right there, I could not get rid of. I don't know what that is, but that was embedded deep. The crease that was right there, that's on bet you gone.
Thank you, Barnyard. Thank
Crease
you,
is
Uncle
gone.
JJ. Thank y'all.
Crease is gone. See that crease before? It's gone. And I don't see no more pencil down there.
Oh, dang.
That shit gone. So they come out smelling like a bandit. Shit, what I do? This is what it got. Three.
It went from a 1.5 to a 3?
Yes, it doubled.
Wow.
And you're probably talking about a difference of probably $5,000 difference.
Oh my gosh.
It's gone. That crease is gone. Sheesh. I can't even anymore. You gotta love it. You got to love it. But this is the circular time loop, whatever the hell you want to call it, that we're all stuck in. Half the hobby hates cleaning. Half the hobby, yeah, sure, man. As long as you're not trimming, color touching, whatever, do your thing. Grading companies, no, don't do it. Oh, but we can't catch it. Oh, so a ton of people are still doing it. You got half the community playing by the rules, half the community not playing by the rules. Every group submitter in the sun is offering cleaning and prepping services. We will prep your cards. We will review your cards. $5 a card, $3 a card, $15 a card. I've seen some charge up charges. That's right. Taking a page out of PSA's book. Group submitter will charge an up charge if it gets a PSA 10. What do you think they're doing? Do you think they're just wiping it off with the microfiber cloth? Don't think so. Don't think so. I have literally seen videos of PSA group submitters, large PSA group submitters. People did tours on video, and you could see the bottles of Kurt's Card Care sitting on their desk, and then everyone's caught in the middle. The people that want to play by the rules are punished because a vast majority of the people don't want to play by the rules or don't believe in the rules. And the companies, this is not just a PSA problem, this is all the grading companies, do not have an accurate way to detect most of this stuff because in most cases, there's nothing to detect. How are you supposed to detect something that is not there? So here we are in this situation that we are all in. Then you get people like this that get one through and they got to run the social media. They got to run the whatnot. They got to run the Instagram. They got to run the Facebook. Run the YouTube. Guys, look. I turned my 1.5 into a 3.0. I mean, are you stupid? Maybe PSA won't desert this one. I don't know. I'm guessing they'll at least take a look at it. They might glance at it. And then now what? Your Jackie gets decertified. But it's not a serial numbered card. They could crack it, send it back in again. Use someone else's, use a different account, use a group submitter, send it back to SGC, do whatever they want to do. And it will, I would not be shocked, most likely get slabbed again. And that time, maybe they won't be an idiot and make a video about how they soaked the card, cleaned it, and got everything out of it, and grade bumped it, double the grade. Dropping this in at the end of the video after I recorded and actually started uploading. Auburn 35, shout out on the old Twitter machine, pinged me, and the certification number has now been deactivated. Boy, that did not take long at all. This started circulating around late Friday afternoon, East Coast time, and it's 7:30 East Coast time, and it is already deactivated. Here you can see it. 982945597 deactivated. So that PSA 3 Jackie is no more. Once again, keep an eye out for that dark little mark on the back of the card. That is the telltale sign. So I guess if PSA sees this stuff on social, they are going to go after it if there is overwhelming evidence. And in this particular case, the guy laying out exactly what he did is on video, is sufficient evidence in their eyes. It still ultimately leads to the problem that they can't catch this stuff on the initial. But in the case of the Jackie PSA 3, you know what they say?
That's on bitch gone.